Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Midnight Hunt draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I will be going pick by pick and play by play through a Midnight Hunt draft, talking through everything so you know what to do in your own drafts and having a lot of fun along the way. If you do enjoy it, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And if you want to catch the Twitch stream live, it's twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you are a subscriber, you can hit that bell icon so you get notified when I post future videos, because that's how the bell works. And I've got a low bell ratio, apparently. That's what YouTube Analytics tells me. But we have opened up our pack. We start off with Falcon Wrath Pit Fighter as our rare. It's kind of a funny one because it looks like it gets you card advantage, but because you discard a card and sacrifice the vampire, you kind of end up at card parity. It's just kind of funny. Like, I don't know why you have to sacrifice a vampire. It's kind of a bummer. But not really a card I love. It's fine as a 1-mana 2/1, but like its ability is super marginal, and like it's kind of the same as having a 2-drop in many cases, so you don't really need to prioritize it. I do like the Archivist though. That card is great. Really does like give you something good to do. Bringing it back gives you a very powerful body, and the initial half is quite good as well. There are a lot of good 3-drops, but I think this is a good one. There's also Phantom Carriage, which is a very powerful card. It is a 6-drop, but it can get you a decent amount of value as well. I generally default to the cheaper card though. This card's medium. In the commons, I think the best common is probably this Farmer, and then maybe the Burn the Accursed. But I try to avoid red a little bit. Not like super hard, but a little bit. I'd rather start with a blue card by a lot. Okay, and then we get to follow it up with Borrowed Time. Just start off with a great blue uncommon and a great white uncommon. Pretty good start here, I'd say. I think Borrowed Time is quite good. There's not a ton of enchantment removal just running around for free, so that makes this card pretty just unconditional removal for 3 mana for any non-land permanent, which I'd like to see. Blue-white's also one of the better archetypes that I've been trying to get into so I can try it out and show it off for everybody. And hopefully this will be the draft the way we get to do that. After Borrowed Time, there is also Broodweaver, which is a really scary card if you're trying to beat down because it just gives you a lot of bodies. But it is a little bit slow and doesn't really attack super well, so it doesn't fit into every deck perfectly. And then there's Eaten Alive as a very efficient removal spell. I think I would probably go Borrowed Time, followed by Broodweaver, followed by Eaten, but I could see Eaten being better than Broodweaver, especially because blue-black is a very good color combination. So yeah, I would maybe experiment with that, see which one I like more. But I haven't gotten to play a ton with this card, so I would probably try to get more reps with it. But Borrowed Time is the best here. Ooh, interesting. Well, I have heard that Ominous Roost is at its best in blue-white because you have a lot of disturbed creatures and things like that. So that's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of the Beloved Beggar because I find it really hard to get it to die. It kind of works well with that like Shipwreck Loot Sifter thing where you can discard it because the 6-mana half is pretty nice, but the 0/4 half is really hard to get it killed. But I guess it is pretty solid if you have like a more defensive deck and you just want to live, or you're like racing in the sky and you just need this like to hold the ground. And it also plays really well with Blessed Defiance, I just realized. Potentially. Maybe not the best, because they still have to attack into it, and then you're chumping, essentially. I think it's between the Beloved Beggar, which I haven't gotten a ton of experience with, but I don't love in general, and this Falcon Abomination, and maybe this Ominous Roost. I think Ominous Roost is the least flexible of the cards, so I'm going to try the Falcon Abomination. Ominous Roost is a card that, like, once you're in blue-white, is probably pretty solid, but we're not even guaranteed to be there, and getting a 4th pick, Morbid Opportunist, is a pretty nice pickup. This card is actually just very, very good. Like, very good with removal spells, very good with decay tokens. You can, like, kill their creatures on their turn, sack your own creatures on your turn, draw, like, infinite cards. This card's very good. And then after that, if this wasn't in the pack, I would maybe take the, like, Warning Patrol to go towards blue-white. But as it is, I'm totally fine playing black-white. That's one of the reasons why taking the Abomination is super good, because it fits into any deck, whereas the other uncommon, the experimental one, only fits into like one deck. So Morbid Opportunist is a good pickup. We do have a lot of 3-drops here. Okay, and now comes some interesting stuff. So I was listening to Limited Resources, as one does, and LSV was talking about how Siege Zombie is one of the best cards for the black-white, for the blue-black zombies deck. It's just a very good card. There is also consideration to taking the Castaway, because I could still play blue-white, but it looks like black-white is open. I mean, blue-black is open, and, I mean, we're seeing some white cards, but they're not the best white cards. Candletrap is not a super good card, and the Siege Zombie is really good, and I just want to try playing blue-black, because I haven't really had a classic version. And if I commit this early, I'll probably get a lot of good cards for it. And now we get another Siege Zombie, really paying me off for my last decision. Seize the Storm. I do like Festival Crasher in blue-red specifically, but it's very narrow. Dissipates medium, considers fine, but really nice to get a Siege Zombie here. And we're pretty much just going to be free-rolling all of our blue-black cards now. We've got a great deck, looks like. A lot of 3-drops, so we don't really need to prioritize any more 3-drops. We're not going to splash. I don't think we'll have plenty of removal. That's why I guess some people might take the Eaten Alive over Borrowed Time, which is kind of interesting. But I think Borrowed Time's pick 2 is still just a reasonable spot to go. Wow, Organ Hoarder pick 7. This is going to be one of the better decks I draft in the format. I'm already predicting it. If I'm getting Organ Hoarder pick 7 following 2 Siege Zombies, this deck is going to be absolutely insane. After that, I would take the Evolving Wilds just to make my mana better. And potentially enable splashes if I really wanted to, but we're just going to have the pick of the litter here. We're just getting every card we could possibly want. Our deck is already kind of wild. We are missing out on that Eaten Alive, but judging by the way this draft is going, I might even wheel that. Novice Occultist is sometimes playable if you have enough of the Ecstatic Awakeners. I don't really want Shipwreck Sifters, and I don't really need Devious Cover-Ups, so I'll speculate on that. Shocker, we did not wheel the Eaten Alive, but we'll just take a Blessed Defiance. Don't really want the Candle Guide. We'll keep passing green and red cards, because those are the colors we are super far away from. But we are off to a fantastic start here. Blade Brand, not a card I'm a super huge fan of. I could just see taking Devious Cover-Up in case I need it. Maybe I want Counterspell. I think this card's fine, but not a huge key player in a deck or anything. Let's just pass the last pick green card, because we are nowhere near green. So we could maybe just incentivize them to be even heavier into green. So I'm really liking where we're at. We don't currently have a ton of removal, but we have a couple great cards for our deck already. 2 Siege Zombies. A couple of ways to make the tokens. A Morbid Opportunist. This deck is going great. I think we're in great shape. We could even get some good rares potentially passed to us in pack 3. Wow, last pick Dissipate is actually a playable card. Wow. Wow. This card is actually unreal. Super good, but we're not going to play it. We're going to stay disciplined and take the Drownyard Amalgam. Devoted Graphkeeper would also have been good. So if we had gone in the white direction, I guess we only have 3 black cards, but I think black was open in that pack, and I think we're going to get paid off for sticking to our guns rather than taking, like, borrowed, rather than... Is Drownyard Amalgam even going to make my final deck? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just supposed to take the Liaison and then just potentially leave myself open to splashing. But I think black is going to be really open in pack 3. Oh, man. Liaison is really good. I'm going to speculate on it here. I don't think... If it was a slightly better card than Drownyard Amalgam, I wouldn't have done that. But I think Drownyard Amalgam is, like, very mediocre. Phantom Carriage is good. I already have a good Disturb card, and I can definitely get more. No, Werewolves aren't completely unplayable. They were not open in my seat at all this draft. I don't think Werewolves is a deck. I think you just have some Werewolves in your deck sometimes. I never really view decks like that. A lot of people just like look at a gold card and think that that's what the deck is doing, and it just leads them astray sometimes. So I'm going to take the Phantom Carriage here over Shady Traveler. Locked is not a particularly good card. Ooh, Ecstatic Awakener is great. There's also Midnight Ambush. And I don't have a ton of removal. It's between the Ecstatic Awakener and the Midnight Ambush, but I don't have ways to make it nighttime, and so I think I'm going to just take the Awakener here. I think that card is quite good. And I want to get more reps with it. Now I think Angler versus Covetous. I think Covetous is a little bit better than Angler, because the 3/4 is actually quite nice as a body. Yeah, I think green-red can suffer from that sometimes, but it does have fine matchups against some things. I think it's the de facto worst deck in the format, green-red, from what I've heard and what they were talking about on Limited Resource. I think this card's better than this guy. I think that's just my initial estimation. And now we'll get an Evolving Wilds. We're not going to splash, I don't think, but it still just makes our mana better. We do have one Novice Occultist that we're already not playing. Let's just take the Baneblade Scoundrel so that we can potentially enable future Midnight Hunts that we get. The problem is the removal is just really good in this set, so you need value, and green red doesn't really get value. And also, they just didn't give things like that. If they had given this thing like Trample, there's a lot of adjustments they could have made. But we're just gonna take the Scoundrel, pretty good card. Okay, I guess we could take Secrets. We have not really any ways to mill cards. I can put it in the graveyard with this guy if I really need to. I don't think I'm gonna play it though. I've been told not to play Locked in the Cemetery, but I might just take it here because I don't think I'm playing these other cards. I've been informed that it's not very good. I've been informed that this card's very good, despite me not having played it very much. I'm trying to find removal spells, but I guess I'm going to mostly triggering this by killing my own decay tokens, which is fine. So the Drown Yard thing did not wheel. Cemetery has worked good for me as well. I will probably like at least highly consider playing it, but LSV was talking on things, and I don't just follow people's opinions like this like gospel, but he literally has drafted the set like 50 times, and he's drafted this specific archetype like 30 or something, he said. And so I realized at one point that me thinking that I know better than someone who's drafted the deck 30 times, or at least not factoring their opinions in, would just be absurd amounts of hubris on my part if I was just like, well, they may have drafted the deck 30 times, but I mean, I must know best. So I've been trying to not fall into that trap. Midnight Hunt still not the best with only... I don't have a ton of removal spells, so I might need it, but I still think I'd rather have the Covetous Castaway than another Siege Zombie as well. Castaway is just going to give me a lot of utility here. And now I get another Archivist. I don't really have... I have a couple counter spells. I can't afford the 3-drop slot. That's good. Okay. Archivist is just a great card. I'll take the Opportunist over the Castaway. I have 4 2-drops and 1 1-drop, so I'm probably fine in that department. I would like to get some removal, but, you know, I've been prioritizing other things. Where did it go? Why did you go to my sideboard? Oh, there we go. Eaten Alive. Huge. Just what we needed. It's kind of ironic that this doesn't work with Morbid Opportunist, because you have to, like, exile their creature, but exile is still a nice bit of upside. Awakener. I would like to try this Brawl from the Cellar, but I think we have enough good sacrifice things that we can play these two things, and now we can maybe even get the Novice Occultist into the deck. It does work if I sack something, so it's still pretty great. Don't worry. I'm not trying to hate on the card. Okay. So we have 2 counter spells. We have Revenge of the Drowned as another instant. Is that the only instance we have? Yeah. We also have these things, which can be good. Ooh, another Flip the Switch. I really want to try this card. I've heard it's good, though. And it works well with Awakener, because you can hold up the Awakener, and they don't know that Flip the Switch is coming. So currently our deck has like 20 cards in it. We could play this Locked in the Cemetery. We could play like a Devious Cover-Up loop deck as well. I'm not a huge fan of Gale Drifter. I just have so much to do with my mana. Let's just try the Devious Cover-Up lock, maybe. We can always play a Jack-O-Lantern if I really need to. We didn't get any Diregraph Hordes, but we have plenty to do with our mana. And getting a couple of these guys to help us draw extra cards is nice. We have 5 counterspells. That's a lot of counterspells. I don't love the Morkert Behemoth. I have better stuff to do with my zombies. I might have to play this Locked in the Cemetery. I already have 1. Just to have a little bit more interaction. I think I'll probably play 1 as my last card, but I'm not going to play 2 of them. Yeah. This deck looks pretty good, though. I'm excited. I think the only removal we really saw was Olivia's Midnight Hunt, which isn't very good for our deck, because unless we're playing against a deck that has, like, a bunch of werewolves. I think, wow, we got another Siege Zombie? Wheeling? Well, that's huge. I don't think we're going to play the Occultist now. Wow. Also, I just want to say, this is a lot of fun. I'm really glad that everyone's hanging out. Everyone's enjoying the videos. It's really nice to have everybody here. It's fun to have everyone in the Twitch stream and all that good stuff as well. I don't think we need 2 devious cover-ups. We're not going to mill. If we were going to play against people, we would not mill because we have Covetous Castaways and stuff. Wow. Falcon Abomination came back. Nice. So I don't think I need the cover-ups. I already have 3 counter spells. I'm finding more playables. I'm in great split shape. Okay. Wow, No Way Out came. I'm fine playing that. Blade Brand. Do I want Blade Brand? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so we have Locked. Let's cut the Blade Brand. We're playing 1 Locked in the Cemetery just so we have slightly more removal, because we have Eaten Alive and Locked is our only interaction, really. And Revenge. So we have kind of 3 removal spells. No Way Out's probably pretty solid, especially if they're trying to play around our counter spells. So yeah, I think we're going to run it like this. It's our color distribution, 13-10. 8-8-1 seems like a great split. This deck looks awesome to me. I'm really excited to try it out. Let's make Siege Zombie the picture card. And actually, no, I don't love the artwork for Morbid Opportunist as much. What's my favorite artwork in this one? Let's try Flip the Switch the art. I actually don't love the artwork on it, but I haven't played the card, really. So this could be a good Flip the Switch art deck, just to remind me that that's cards in my deck. Yeah, exciting stuff. I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. It is thanks in part to the patrons that I'm able to continue dedicating the time and effort needed to keep our community growing and thriving, and so I'm very grateful to the patrons for helping me do so. If you become a patron, you can even gain access to my card-by-card tier list for Midnight Hunt, which is a great bonus resource to help you gain a leg up on your competition. Patreon is transparent, it is easy to use, and it can be canceled at any time if your circumstances change, so there's no long-term commitment. If it sounds like something that would be of interest to you, it really does help the channel out a lot, and I highly encourage you to check it out at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. I don't know if this hand is keepable. We don't have both our colors, and we can't cast anything unless we draw a land, so I'm going to mulligan. We're going to keep this, much better. Get rid of this island. Don't know if there's a benefit to letting the Evolving Wilds, but we delay letting our opponent know what our colors are slightly. Also, I could have played the Ecstatic Awakener, so maybe I was just supposed to do that. I just totally forgot I had that card in my hand, so we'll just pretend I didn't do that. I'm going to get a Swamp, so I can play this and activate it in the same turn if I need to. Yeah, I just forget I did that. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, but I wasn't going to be able to attack anyway. So we've bounced back from our early mistake. No blocks. Ah, the Lunarch Veteran. Ooh, they have a rare land. Oh my gosh, what? Wow, that's an aggressive thing to do. Wow, what is happening? I'm so confused. I kind of want to make them discard 2 next turn, when it'll be their last 2 cards. I don't have anything to loot away right now. I'm going to play this so I have something to sacrifice to my Ecstatic Awakener. they have a combat trick, I'm fine if they use it. Sure. Okay. That's a little bit worrisome. I can still get rid of that pretty easily. Oh, I wish I could hold this up too. I think I'm going to do... It's tough. Howl of the Hunt, eh? Do this. I can probably get rid of the Dissipate. I can't cast it. And then next turn I can hold up Flip the Switch / Ecstatic Awakener. Also just block this thing now. That's just the best play for sure. Sure. Shadow Beast Sighting. Fantastic. I can make them discard their last 2 cards now. Wow. Wow, that was huge. Oh my gosh. Defend the Celestis. So they're just splashing blue. Oh. So they have 3 different powers now. We'll do this. Yep. So now we can either counter the Shadow Beast Sighting, or we can flip our guy. So unfortunately, they get to play their Shadow Beast Sighting now. Oh, never mind. I'm just toast. Unfortunately, I've been missing land drops, which really makes this tough. Like, I don't know if I can overcome this Curse of Surveillance. I would have been able to counter it, too, which is the worst. Such a bummer. I just had to, I couldn't afford to take an extra 5 there. Okay. Sure. Sure. Yeah, this game just didn't work out because I missed my land drops for too long. Okay. Just in trouble here. Just getting so much card advantage. Wow. Okay. They didn't cast this. That's insane. Oh, that's a bummer. I can Revenge of the Drowned this. I just realized that. No target's creature's owner. Never mind. I want to exile that guy, but I also want to hold up Flip the Switch / Revenge this turn. And they cast this thing. I'm going to be churning through my library as well. You need to remember to use this thing. Get this guy back. Shuffle back in my key spells. Oh no, because I can't target anything in my graveyard. Never mind, I'm bad. That was slightly bad. Dang it. Oh man, I boffed it. I botched it. They could deck themselves. Dang it. Maybe they won't be able to punch through my defenses. Sure. They are drawing 2 cards a turn. Yeah, I know I missed a couple Siege Zombie pings. I think my win condition is them decking. I only have 3 blockers and they have 5 attackers, so... Yikes. Nighttime. I want to kill this thing. But I'm also worried about something scarier coming along. They have 8 cards. If they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. They haven't milled any lands. They have 5 lands left out of these 13 cards. So I have to manage to be 8 spells. Oh, I see. There's the skipper. I think it's physically impossible for me to deck before they do. But maybe not. We'll have to see. Power 2 or less, so I can block it with this guy. I don't want to deck myself, so I might have to stop attacking with this guy. Because if this thing dies, then I all of a sudden just lose. So no more looting for me here. Fine. Oh, they can sacrifice it to kill their own one. That'd be really funny if they did that. Why are they playing Death Bonnet Sprout? That's just objectively bad. They're just gonna die faster. I used to think this card just gained unblockable. Might as well. They should totally kill their own enchantment. But as they say, greed is good. And they're gonna mill their own card there. So they have 2 cards left. You're chilling. Okay. Letting me draw another card. I respect it. Maybe they'll mill me out with this thing now. I totally missed some pings, but it doesn't matter. Oh man, if I lost this game, would be really sad. I'm so close. I literally have to survive this attack, and I win. No, because they can kill their own curse. Oh no, I'm gonna deck first now. Oh no, not if I let this guy die, maybe? Oh no, I am gonna die first. Oh, it's a May? Oh, I'm totally dead. I should have been pinging them. Maybe damage was my win condition. Oh, I'm so bad. Okay. Oh, I'm so dead. As long as they understand that they can sack this thing. I got too greedy with my cards. You know what they say, pride cometh before the fall. Wait, what did I do? I literally inted. Yeah! Wait, what? How does this card work? How did I lose? They didn't kill their own enchantment. They should have lost. Like, sure, they could have killed their own enchantment and won, but... Oh, that's totally enraging. The way the trigger works, they should have died. No, I already drew the card. That was on their turn. So I went down to no cards in library. Wait, what? Any number of target players other than that player. Oh, you can choose 0? No, because this is the upkeep. Upkeep comes before draw. I know how that interaction works. I'm just wondering how this Curse of Surveillance works. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, any number of target players other than that player each draw cards. So can you choose 0? So can they choose not to draw a card with Curse? Okay, well, I didn't understand that one, or I would have played differently, probably. That's a problem. That's just silly. I definitely could have played that without milling myself out, if I had realized that was how that worked. Though, as well, they could have just gotten this thing back. Obviously, my Morbid Opportunist drew me a lot of cards as well towards the end. I figured they were just going to be drawing 2 cards a turn. But yeah, that interaction, the fact that they can choose 0 really is surprising as an aspect of that card. I think I punted that game, though. I probably could have won. Yeah, I could have won. I had the board stable. I looted one too many times. I thought I was still going to win. I thought they had to draw the cards. I think they didn't draw cards for a couple of turns, and it threw off my math. Because Didn't realize you could choose 0. I'm a little bit disappointed in that one. Also, they wouldn't have even resolved the curse if I had had more lands in play. But yeah, I think I threw that one away. I probably didn't need to play the second Morbid Opportunist, or I just didn't need to loot as many times with the 2/1. But I felt like I needed to keep up with the curse card draw, and I did for the most part. It's just I then threw it away at the end. I don't always consider lack of understanding of how a card works a punt. Like, if I attack a 2/2 into a 3/3 because I didn't see their 3/3, that I consider a punt. But, like, when I just don't know how the card works, and I, like, make my actions accordingly, I'm, like, totally fine with that being, like, a play that I make. Like, to be fair, I did attack one too many times, but, like, I think they stopped drawing extra cards off of it, and that just threw me off, because I was like, wait, what? You can do that? I think I did that, like, twice or something. Okay, we'll just hold up our flip the switch here. Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever! We're in a fine holding pattern for me. If the game goes longer, I'll just draw more lands, draw more cards, get everything sorted. Sorted. Eventually I'll draw another island so I can cast my blue card and hold up flip the switch. I'm sure they suspect it. If only I had a second island so I could use my dissipate there. That would have been good. But alas, I am but a dream within a dream. I could have also just gone for the counter so I can get a 2/2 to draw with it, and they can't flip their own. Maybe that would have been better. Just so unlucky. If I literally had an island, I could win this game. It's so dumb. It's like, oh my gosh, give me a break. Like, they knew I had that card, but they didn't know I had Dissipate. Just super unfortunate. I'm gonna go 0-3. Classic. Just give me the beat, boys, to free my soul. Not having an island is killing me. Oh my gosh. I can tell that I'm getting frustrated and that it's going to affect me as I continue. That's not good. This is really bad. I just don't get to play the game without a second island. I would have been in such good shape. I'm just gonna concede this one. I can't do anything. I just have a billion power and they have the siege zombie. Dang it. Not gonna lie, that one was tough. That one was tough on the psyche. That would have been fine if I had Dissipate, because they weren't gonna play around Dissipate. But I could never draw the second island. So. And I lost that first game, which took like an hour to play, because I didn't know how their card worked. Which is, I guess I should have Googled it or something. But like, it doesn't look like an optional card, I'll say that much. Oh, and if I'd had Dissipate, I could have dissipated their card, and then they would have stopped playing around Flip the Switch, and I could have gotten them maybe there. Oh, man. That's bad. Again, we have 3 swamps. Hopefully we can just draw a second island. Oh my gosh, I really hope we can do that. I also kind of thought this deck was going to end up a little bit better than it did, like in terms of getting rares and uncommons. Because in pack 1 it seemed very open. We have 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and a counterspell though, so we should be able to bounce back this game. Okay. Okay. Sure. I'm fine making this trade. 3-drop for 3-drop. Get my guy down. Relatively uncontested. That last round, by the way, is why Flip the Switch and that type of card is historically not something that's very good. Interloper, okay. I feel like they have a removal spell of some kind. So I feel like I'm kind of ahead on board. So if I hold up Flip the Switch, I might be able to get them. Could even flip this to nighttime for this guy, but then their guy also flips, and I think their guy gets a little bit better than my guy does. Like, gains more from nighttime. And I potentially turn on their midnight ambushes. Getting an island would be such a dream come true. I dreamed a dream in times gone by, when I had islands, oh, aplenty. I cast my spells the way I wanted. They probably know that something's up here. Huge. Checking in for 2. Nice. Okay. Okay. This thing can't be blocked. So that's nice. We all know I'm never going to get to double blues, so that one doesn't really make sense to keep around. So I have Siege Zombie as a relevant factor here. Probably should have discarded the Phantom Carriage. Maybe the Covetous Castaway, because I can actually cast that from the graveyard. Yeah, either of those would have been better. Anticipate's a legitimate card. Yeah. They could have attacked first, at least. You've got to be kidding me. Why does this happen to me twice in a row? The Rage. Okay, they cast 2 spells and they flip their own guy, which doesn't seem ideal. Wow, they're trading both. I'm going to try to avoid getting Diregraph obliterated. I think playing around that is going to be a key part of the format, maybe. Okay, well. Secret hidden mode. Who needs islands? 2 islands, 3 Schmeiland. Island, Schmeiland. That's what I like to say. Islands are for suckers. We gotta win with the deck. Let's go. Boom! We win! Finally! After all these years of searching. Luckily, I got the losses out of the way already. What are the key cards in blue-green? Well, the Farmer is pretty great. Might of the Old Way is pretty great. What else do you need? I mean, Might of the Old Way is just an underrated card. Oh, do I have any cards that I need to switch out? Oh, not really. Larder Zombie is pretty good. I've heard that, but I feel like with Siege Zombie, I would just rather use that, and I have 2 of those. GG, Sin. In blue-green, yeah, blue-green. Oh, you mean Larder Zombie in blue-green. I've never played Larder Zombie in blue-green, and I've had a lot of success with blue-green. I don't know if you have the disposable bodies. I also tend to play it as like a tempo-y deck, so the fact that it can't attack is a pretty big deal. Today is a very good day. Today is the best day. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. That bug has returned. I think the game insta-ended. Ooh, it was a draw. So now my deck has gotten a draw in addition to a win. Let's go. I'm feeling much better after getting a win. So let's just factor that into my mental state here. We're gonna factor in the win. Factor in the win. Two Morbid Opportunists should let me take over most games. And now that I've gotten a lot of my bad luck out of the way, we're doing well. Get diced. I've bounced back from a poor mental state from about 5 minutes ago, where I was tilted that I couldn't draw a second island, and I lost because of it, or in part because of it. And it was making me sad, but I've bounced back. Yeah, I lost a really long game that I felt like I could have won, so I'm gonna get an island here, so I can have 2 blue. Even though I need double black for this thing. I have Dissipate. I have a lot of double blue spells. I did not fully realize that at the time, but I have a lot of double blue spells. So different from this hell I'm living. Da, 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 da. I'm running 17 in this deck. Ooh, I'm glad I kept my guy around. Okay. Oh my gosh, am I gonna have the opposite problem now? Oh no. Could I be any more skillful? Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Diced. Fantastic. That is a real mood changer. Thanks, Johnny. Or John. No! The pyre! The pyre was burning on the heights. The fire was red. It flaming spread. The islands burning blazed with light. No blocks. They're not going to walk in to flip the switch, are they? Aha! I play my trap card. The switch has been flipped. Oh, I've done that before, I think, Guil. Oh, I've found the opposite experience, Diced. Well, that's a classic. Okay, so I should have restored game sound for you folks, but I'm going to be playing soundless for a little bit. My earbuds have run out of juice. Okay, well, they killed that thing and hit me, so I'm just going to have to play all my cards, I think. Bum 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 bum. I'm worried here. I should have used the Locked in the Cemetery last turn, I think. Wow, am I actually just dead now? Now I go to 1. Wow, I'm totally screwed. My greed was punished. Dang it. Wow, I got majorly punished. So I'm not quite dead. Shuffle back in. Falcon. Dissipate. And I don't need any card advantage, really. Morbid can't. I don't really need Morbid. I just need real cards. I'll shuffle them in now. Increase my spell density. I got past both of them, I think. Okay, I have to survive one more turn here. This Pax Betrayal almost got me. No! Oh my gosh. Oh, my greed got punished. I would have been fine if I just sucked it up and got rid of the thing with my locked. But the problem was, I was worried about getting pummeled by a flyer or something. Because I only have 2 removal spells in my entire deck, and having them both in my hand got me. Oh, that was so rough. I should have just won by killing their 2-1 so I wouldn't take so much damage. Dang it. I might have still lost because they would have had their pack thing for a while. Oh, that's tough. I should have just cast it. 1 and 3 with this. I mean, the first game I think I could have won if I hadn't milled myself so much. Because I had the ground stabilized. The second game I could have won if I'd drawn a second island. And that last game was just tough. That last game I got stuck on swamps. But, I mean, it wasn't a huge factor. Just, ugh. This deck felt like it was pretty good. I just lacked removal and didn't have any rares, really. But, I mean, I have 2 of these guys. Do I have any rares? No, I don't have any rares. I'm not really a rare guy. I don't really play rares ever. Because I kind of go a different direction a lot of the time. So I just like abandon my first pick. I almost fit this thing in, but just didn't really go that way. But yeah, it was tough. I'd be interested in the comments to hear like which direction you folks would have gone differently. I mean, I made some gameplay errors, I think, which is just kind of the nature of the beast. It's funny because I said I would never deck myself, but then if I'd played the Devious cover-up, I would have been in much better shape against decking myself in that first round. So maybe my deck was supposed to just be a Devious cover-up deck that looped those, and then one with Morbid Opportunist. Maybe my deck was supposed to play the second Locked in the Cemetery for more interaction. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, but be kind, obviously, because I am still a little bit sad about how this ended up going. But I mean, the first game I thought I'd won because I just didn't understand how their card worked, which wrecked me. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Get Diced, for the bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. But yeah, we lost this one. But if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag learning opportunist, like a learning opportunity, because I'll learn from this one and be better next time. Emerge stronger. So yeah, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content, click that bell icon. I mean, it's been a tough draft, so clicking that bell would make me feel a lot better, obviously. Clicking the bell would make such a big difference. No, I don't know. I don't even know if it does anything, but I don't like it when my stats are below average, and it said that my bell ratio is low, so it sounds like a medical term when I say it that way, but yeah. Remember to comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And then if you would like to check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. If you have Amazon Prime, you can even subscribe at no extra cost to yourself. Simply link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, and then you can subscribe. And then you can also find the Patreon, support my work there, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You can find Nicolai Bolas merchandise, linked in the description. It's really a bunch of fun stuff. I enjoyed making it. You can find if you want to become a member of the NicolaiBolas YouTube channel, that is available. Just click the join button. It's $1 a month. It was I tried to make it as cheap as possible. $1 a month is as cheap as it could go, but it basically gives you a little badge that levels up over time. So if you're a member for 1 month, you have like the badge that's like the common, like it's black and white, and then over time it goes to silver. Like so, if you're a member for like 2 months or something, you become the uncommon, and then after 6 months you get a rare badge, and then after a year you become a mythic badge. So you're like flaunting your support in the channel almost, or your like longevity of your viewership. So I thought it was a fun thing to enable if you enjoy that sort of thing. You can find the Discord server, the Twitter, NicolaiBolas Twitter, and my articles also linked below. I pretty much just use the Twitter for when I'm posting a new video, so if you want to like keep in the loop, that's a place to go. I do the same thing in the Discord, but I also interact with people there, so that's a good place to go. But yeah, I mean, there were some highlights, there were some lowlights. We got to try out some new cards. I mean, the Awakener was pretty... I find the Awakener kind of hard to use, so I think I'm going to lower it in my pick order. It doesn't fit my playstyle necessarily. And then I think I might need to... Like, I think this card's pretty good, but I just had some mana problems in this draft as well. So, No Way Out was pretty good, that one game we casted, I think. But yeah, interesting draft for sure. That's going to do it, and I will talk to you next time.